Hi, I'm Flying Flamingo Jade, and this is Cupcake Krista. Welcome to our show.
The world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Thunder crashing as we're breaking down the walls. Lightning flashing, lucky I got you. You got me, rainbow crossing as we're heading for the sun. Ain't no stopping, ready, I got you. You got me, dragons at the gate, they won't stop us getting to the top. I'm flying into space like a rocket, never giving up. I was all alone when I started, always been the same. Now you're here, the journey's uncharted, everything will change. You know we rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Stars apart will guide us home. You and I, it's time to take the throne. Dragons at the gate, they won't stop us getting to the top. Flying into space like a rocket, never giving up. I was all alone when I started, always been the same. Now you're here, the journey's uncharted, everything will change. You know we rule the world, you know we rule the world.
Hey everyone. Welcome to the show, and I want to thank everybody for being with us. I hope I don't have any echoing. Sounds like I did. If you guys want to, girls want to come in, unmute. So tonight I've got Susan, One Wheel Grandma. I got Cupcake Krista. I got Deweese Milstead, and I got Rachel and Violet Norman, Rachel and Violet on here. Hi, Violet, how are you?
And Mom.
So Violet, can you tell me what you did this last week?
So what I did last week is I look at the planes and I've been looking at the paramotors and I've been hanging out, and that's what I did.
You're hanging out with all of us?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you got to meet Eric and I, right? Right? We met at a town called Mountain City at a fly-in called Moonshiners, right?
Yeah.
So what was the best part of going to Moonshiners for you, Violet?
What
was your favorite part?
What was the best part?
of Mountain City?
Yeah.
Oh, a Mountain City is my favorite part of the hills that we went on to go to our cabin. And I love the cabin. And
Did you get to go on a trike?
So
I went on a trike. So that
you
was
went on a trike?
your trike.
My trike, the Flying Flamingo, didn't you? She kept making me promise that we were staying on the ground, though. That is for sure. I kept telling her, just tell Mom that we're going up to the stars, but she says, no, we're staying on the ground, right? Well, Violet and Rachel, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Cupcake Krista, how are you tonight?
Good. I'm good. I was wondering if she was going to talk about the rapids.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we did a little bit of a whitewater rafting where we were. You did too.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you guys like that?
How did you like it?
Good.
Yeah? Did you fall out?
Would you do it?
I didn't fell out, but at the other rabbits, my mom put me in, and it was really, really, really cold, and I didn't want to go in. Then mommy took me out.
Oh,
I was at the second rabbits where a tour guide was.
did your dad, smart car Brian, get wet at all? Did he fall in?
Nope.
Nope.
But
Gosh.
mom went in. I went in, but I wanted to go on the rope, but I couldn't. But I went on the slide.
Cool. And you're excited to start school this next week, right?
I am.
What
And
grade
Mom
are you
did-
going to be in?
On Saturday,
Friday.
on Friday, she's gonna eat breakfast with me, and she's gonna pick me up early on school day. So she's gonna eat
Awesome.
with me on Friday, and we're gonna pick us early up.
Wow. You can tell all your friends that you're a YouTube star. Do your little YouTube dance.
Oh,
Mama, can I just see my face without your arm? And
Yeah, my
All right. All right, Krista. So
yes.
how are you? Good. Anything new with you? Did you have
I
safe
didn't-
travels back?
It was long, rained. Oh, yeah. But I mean, yeah, it was safe. Besides, I was tired of being in the car for 11 hours. And now I
Right.
get to turn around and do it again. So
Yeah. I know it's the last day of that rain and that afternoon sure didn't help getting everything wet before we had to pack everything up.
yeah. We had
All
to
right.
unload everything, let it dry.
Yep. I know we got to our campsite where we're at now. We quickly got our wings out and kind of dried them out so they didn't get all gross and stinky and moldy and smelly and everything else. So, all right, who else do we have in here? We got one-wheeled grandma. How are you, Susan?
Fine.
How was your travels back home?
After being on the road for like 5 out of the last 6 weeks, it was the shortest drive that I had because it was only 3.5 to 4 hours. But I had trouble staying awake the last part of it. So like we stopped an hour and a half away from the house and had food. And then I was like eating junk food to stay awake the rest of the way home.
All right.
Totally off diet.
Yeah, that whole week has been off
Yes.
diet program here too. You didn't fly, correct?
I did not.
Your husband showed up a little bit later than you, and then he went flying, correct?
So he flew Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, or he missed one of those in there at some point due to drinking, and then Sunday night, and then Monday morning. When he first got up, it was like, oh, he's not going to fly. And then as the fog lifts, and Monday morning was like perfect. So of course he ended up flying Monday morning before we packed up. And so I was packing up while he was flying, but yeah.
Oh, nice. So what did he think of it? Has he ever been to Moonshiners?
So he's not been to Moonshiners, but he has been flying in the mountains in North Carolina. So it wasn't unusual conditions for him or anything.
Okay.
And other than having to run a little bit longer. But no, it was totally fine for him and he handled it. The only difference for him is at least a couple of the times that he's flown in the North Carolina mountains, he's been on a bigger, different, slower A-rated wing as opposed to his new wing that he has now.
And what does he have now?
So he's flying a Ozone, he's flying a Spider now, as
Oh,
opposed to a Mojo. So like having multiple pilots in the family, it's harder to just buy wings whenever you want, right? But no, so his new wing came in and he has flown it in higher altitudes than where we live. But it's still, he's new on that wing.
Okay.
So it still always reacts a little bit, different than
Do
his
you know what
A-wing.
size that is?
Pardon?
Do you know what size wing that is? A new one?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, no problem. So he didn't have any problems getting his wing up or anything like a lot of others of us did?
No, but that's where, so because we're in North Carolina
Okay,
and we're friends with some of the Western North Carolina people, like he's been out flying with Brooke before, and they were just recently 4th of July at Pilot Mountain and stuff like that. So the altitude density didn't affect him other than having to run longer. And then the only time he had any problem was coming into land on super wet grass
yep.
Oh,
and having a little bit of a foot slide. So he's saying his wing's a 26 meter on his new
Oh.
Spider,
Okay,
as opposed to his Mojo was back before they were doing the Mojos and all the meter numbers. So his Mojo was a Mojo large. So I'm sure the Mojo large would have been, probably 2 meters bigger than the Spider. Like he probably,
Sure.
typically when you go up, you step down in size, right?
okay. All right, so we got Deweese yet also here.
Yeah.
And Kat, I saw Kat in the chat. So Kat, I
That
sent
needs to get on here.
I sent Keith on Messenger the link to get on here. So get your little tushy in here and join us. All right, Deweese,
Yes.
welcome. And this will be your so-called second time on the show, even though we had some problems this last week at Moonshiners with the internet and everything. And Susan pretty much took over the show for us. Thank you.
She's a great interviewer.
Never again.
You
come
did a
on.
great job.
All right, so I met Deweese. They pulled in actually right behind us at Moonshiners, and I walked in to sign my life away at the desk with Dave and in the manager's office. And Deweese looked at me and she goes, "Are you Jade?" And I said, "Oh boy, yes." And so she knew me from the show, and we started talking from then on, and we camped a few campers down, and she's got a cool story to tell about herself and pretty much a little bit of background on Deweese. Go for it, Deweese.
My husband and I both flew ultralights back in the 90s, and my husband flew a gyrocopter, but with life and kids and all that stuff, we kind of gave it up. And we had even looked at flying paramotors back then, but they were so old. I mean, I don't know, they were heavy and we couldn't fly them back then. So we didn't even attempt it. They were just too, I don't know, we couldn't do it. So we kind of put it on the back burner. And then about 2 years ago, my husband started looking at flying paramotors again. And he went to Kylo Glee for lessons. And then once he went to fly, I just had to do it too. So I went down to Wauchula, Florida, and took lessons with PPG Gorilla at Florida. Let's see, what's it called? It's called Florida Flight Sports. And Rick Davies teaches the classes, which he's an awesome teacher. And so Randy went to Kylo Glee, and so he's been flying about a year, and I've only had 10 flights. So, and then right after that, I bought a trike buggy, which is what you and Eric have, which is kind of the connection. I was really interested in meeting both of you guys because you do have a trike buggies, and I had no idea how to put them together with a motor, And so we met Mark and Amy George at Kylo Glee's, and that's where we got the paramotor from. So they brought the paramotor with them to the fly-in, And so we put it together there, and then Eric put all that onto the trike buggy for us. And it was just awesome how all that went together. He did a hang test, and then he did the maiden voyage flight the next day for it. And it was just awesome. And so that's the story on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know I was kind of nervous about, I told Eric, I said, please don't go up in the trike. And he goes, why? I pretty much put it together. It's like, I trust my work. So I figured, well, he knows what he's doing, and he obviously showed it and showed you. He
Yeah.
took his way up the next morning after they broke in the engine with you and did a hang test. And the next day he took flight and proved that it was ready to go for you.
Yeah, it did a great job.
Yep, that was awesome.
Then we had to take it all apart to bring it home, so. But we
And
got it back home. We got it back home, and it's all back together, and it looks beautiful.
Oh, good,
Yeah, it looks great.
good.
So we made a whole bunch of new friends. We met a lot of new people, and everybody. We just love everybody. We met, of course, you and Eric and Brian Waller and Will Fly and Sean Simons and DP and Denise and I don't know, Nick. I guess it's Perrine. I'm not sure how you said his last name, but Kent Stamey and just all these people, Mark McElroy and Travis Burns and John Wayne. I don't know, there's too many people to even mention. We just met so many people. And then, but the one person I really wanted to mention was we met Gatlin Hubbard, which he lives right here in our county, right here, like right around the corner. He's our neighbor and he flies paramotors, and he was there. And we've not met anybody here in our area that flies a paramotor, but we met him and he was there. So that was pretty cool.
That was cool because a bunch of us girls went for a walk just to see who we could find and say hi and introduce ourselves to. And I looked at his license plate, and because we were talking to the guy that was flying PPC, and then that young gentleman comes over to his van, and he had Mississippi plates, and I said, hey, he's from there, and your plates must have your county on them also.
I do. Yeah.
Said, he's from my county. So we started talking, and I ended up leaving because you guys were just talking about your stuff, and
yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, he lives about 15 minutes from us.
Oh yeah, he actually came over the next day and somehow got word that we had the same helmets, and he came over and charged his helmet, I guess, in our camp too.
How about that?
So what helmet do you have?
A white one with bling.
With googly eyes.
Yep,
Like,
I've got googly eyes on it now too.
Is it an Icaro or what?
Yes.
Like what? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You gotta check it out.
I saw pictures.
Oh,
I
hang
just
on.
couldn't remember which brand you had.
Yeah, hang on. I gotta turn my background off if I can figure it out.
Just put it on.
Put it on. Oh, good Lord. But you can't see my.
I was joking.
Oh man, you can't see my googly eyes. I got my name on it. And
Yeah, put it on. We got to see it.
good Lord. Can't see it. See my eyeballs there?
Oh,
I got
cute.
eyeballs.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
I
how
got
cute.
being that I'm a mom, I got eyeballs in the back of my head too. Like they're. Oh boy.
Yeah, you
Can't see that.
Can't see
I give up.
that.
I figure out how to take my screen off here. So anyway, yeah.
That's the project you did at Mountain City.
Yep, that was on one of the boring evenings. I think it was a rainy day. I did a little project of blinging my helmet. Is your husband there, Krista, to get you a beer?
No, he's outside, but my daughter's saying bye. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, okay. Somebody's at the door. So Violet. Are you there, Violet?
She's just muted.
I know, I gotta figure out how,
So,
the governor. So what do you think about your dad flying?
I like it, but sometimes I miss him going flying because I cry because I miss him.
Oh,
Fun stuff together, but no, he goes flying in the morning without us, and I wake up and I tell mom, "Where's dad?" and he goes flying without us, and I was like, "What?" And like,
But-
I'm sad when he like go flying without us in the morning.
but you told us on last week's show that you're gonna be a paramotor pilot also, right?
You wanna fly?
I want to fly.
You wanna fly, and you're gonna be better than your dad, right?
Uh-huh.
I sure hope so. Even though your dad's a pretty good pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did daddy used to fly airplanes or not?
Yep, Daddy used to fly airplanes.
My
too.
dad used to fly airplanes too.
Oh, really?
But I don't know what happened to his airplanes.
He needs to renew his pilot license.
What's his pilot license?
So
You
yeah,
have to renew it?
yeah.
I think he has a new airplane, I don't know. And
Oh,
my grandma have like an airplane, picture of he flying just the background or something, but that's just the background of the airplanes.
oh, okay. Well, I can't wait to see when you're older and you're practicing with the wing and being able to fly. That's gonna be pretty cool.
I know Daddy's station's on in the background. She's annoyed her dad's shows on in the back.
All right, so anything else to add with Moonshiners? I was hoping Kat and Amy would have got on here also.
Cat's here.
Cat's on, cat's on.
Cat's on.
Oh, Kat is?
Cat's
Okay.
on.
Sorry about that. Cat girl. Well, hello.
Hey,
How are you?
hi everybody.
All right, so what do you have to
Oh,
add?
there I am. There. I did it.
What do you have to add about Moonshiners the rest of the week?
A couple people stayed, and then they were flying, and so Sunday night I got my first actual flight in without a crash, so it was nice. And I flew around for about 20 minutes or so, and they still had the copter guy was still here, the blue jet thing that was here.
Gyrocopter?
Mike went up in that.
Oh, the gyrocopter?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're still there then, okay.
We're getting ready. We'll probably be. Yeah, we'll leave Saturday night, and we have to run down to Florida before we head up to Dave Perkins.
Okay,
So we'll be driving the next couple back and forth.
so let me ask
Any
you
of you
this.
guys going to Dave Perkins?
I know Krista and Shane are. I'm Denise, or Deweese, are you?
No,
Okay. I think Violet's dad is possibly talking about it.
Yeah, the Pelfreys may be it.
Yeah. Where they were gonna maybe send the machine along with Shane and the paracamper. And then maybe fly up with you, Krista?
Yep. I sent him information on the flight I'm taking, so we'll see.
Oh, okay. All right. And then Eric and I are reserved also or registered. It's just a matter of, I'd like, Eric to go. Monday had a over the phone interview and I got my new job that I'll start in a week after I get back at the school. And of course, we go back to school the week before Labor Day. And I kind of had already asked at the end of the school year if I would be able to take off, and they kind of pretty much said no in a nice way to me. And that was even with the old job. So I don't want to push it. So I wouldn't be able to leave Wisconsin until 4 o'clock Friday. So, and if we would leave then, it would be rolling in probably down there about midnight, 1 in the morning on Saturday, early morning. But if I can get a flight or something like that, I do that and send Eric a little bit early. So, does anybody
Are you
have?
still, are you still
What?
at Outer Banks?
Yes, we are still in the Outer Banks. We
Are you still at Outer Banks?
Yep. We are here until Friday, and then we're gonna start making our way home, and we'll be home for sure by Sunday. So we got
He
here.
said he was jealous that he didn't get to fly at Kitty Hawk yet.
Keith was what?
Keith was jealous that he hasn't been able to fly at Kitty Hawk yet. He wants
Oh.
to go there now.
Yeah, you guys should. That's what I was gonna talk about next. So Sunday afternoon, we rolled into the Outer Banks when we're an hour and 20 minutes south of Kitty Hawk down in Frisco. A little bit farther away from the crowds. I think we're down more where the island people live, but a lot of the tourists are also down here. They found their way down here. We were here 2 years ago, and it's really crowded now. But anyway, we met up with Jim
Reeves.
Jim CR 120, Brian Bale Waller, Will Fly, and Nick Griffith, and Eric and I, trying to think if anybody else was there. And we pulled in and Nick was already set up on the runway. Nick went up first and I went up second, Eric, and then I think Brian was next to go up, and then Will Fly, and then Jim. And very kind of a narrow runway and a lot of turbulence going through the tree area. And then once you got up over the trees, it smoothed out. And then I think we were up maybe 45 minutes or so, and I came down and I had my trike. It felt like I was going sideways coming down the runway, and because of the turbulence, and we were getting the thermals already starting. So that's when I decided I was going to come back down. But it was amazing. I had put my GoPro up in my wing, so I was able to get some shots. But of course, my iPad is completely full. I can't take any more video or pictures to download. So I'm done until we get home. And we also, so we flew around that area. Eric and Nick and I'm not sure if Brian went out to the ocean, out to the shoreline, and flew out there. Eric went out, and of course, the second time he went out, he was able to see a dolphin, he said, and he came back and he checked his GoPro, and his GoPro didn't get it because it was dead after the first time he went out there. It was dead like after, I think, 16 minutes. So it was kind of bummed. Monday morning, we flew from Billy Mitchell Airport, which is just down the road from where our campground. And Eric said he saw some stingrays in the water. So that was pretty cool. I didn't see anything other than I saw some people with horses. Must have been like a group coming out to ride horses in the water. And I thought I got a picture of that, but I apparently didn't get that. So lots of stuff to do. Tomorrow we're going to go to the ocean side. We're staying on the sound side, very warm, shallow. and we took a boat. What do you call those? The boat over that you can take your vehicle over to
Ferry.
Ferry, yes, thank you. I couldn't think of it. To Ocracoke Island, and we had lunch over there, but we waited in the ferry line for pretty much 2 hours, and then it was an hour ride there, and then an hour ride back. So it was kind of a long day of not doing a whole lot. We've been hitting up some of the markets and the seafood markets, and Eric made me scallops again tonight and shrimp with blackened seasoning. He's getting pretty darn good at it. So if anybody's thinking about coming out this way, please do. It's beautiful here. So anybody see anything in chat? If anybody's got any questions or any comments on anything?
A group of dolphins is a pod.
A group of dolphins, but he said he only saw one. Did I say a group?
Oh, no, Will Fly was saying he saw a flock of dolphins.
Oh.
It's a new band name, I think. It's like a flock of seagulls.
So I gotta tell you, that reminds me, when my kid is graduated now, when he was like in grade school, he came home to tell me that there was a group of girls that were like googly eyeing on him. And he says it was the pod of girls. And I'm like, a pod? They must have been learning about dolphins or something in the pods. He called them a pod of girls.
So DP says that the Perrys are going to Purdon's.
That's right. And he got his new wing yesterday.
Yay, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
he
it
was
is so
even
pretty.
singing when
It's
he
on
opened it up.
Facebook.
Yeah, check
It's
him out on Facebook.
It is so pretty, yes. It's gorgeous. I don't know where he got it, but it's really pretty.
Yeah, Eric was attracted to his singing. If I could,
Where can you see the chat?
where can you see it?
Yeah,
You might need to go to a different screen.
It's on Facebook
Yeah,
or on YouTube, excuse me.
yeah, YouTube.
Gotta fact check myself.
oh, okay.
Yep, you'll have to just go to if you have like another screen you can use.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy's on.
Amazon.
Yay!
I have a question, Jade.
What's up, Violet?
Hey, Amy.
What was my favorite part of the what was my favorite part of what Mountain City was the paramotors taking off, and I like to go on your trike. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, you like the trike and wearing the helmet and everything?
Yeah, the helmet's pretty.
Yeah,
I like the sparkles.
yeah.
And there's rainbows on right there.
I know, I like your background. You're pretty in that.
It's glitter.
Yep.
Yay, thank you for letting me go on your video.
You are so welcome, Violet. Are you leaving now or are you gonna stay on?
We're home.
Okay.
We'll probably get off in a little bit because it's bedtime.
No, I wanna stay. till
We'll
it's
stay on
over.
for a little bit. Okay.
I wanna stay till it's over.
Okay.
I'm not sure your butt.
All right.
This good content?
Yeah, right. How's it going, Amy?
You have a new co-host.
Right.
It's going pretty good. It was at Target, finished up doing some last minute shopping for Emma Grace before I send her off to college. She's driving me home right now.
Oh, all right.
There she is.
Well, hi
Yeah,
there.
You say hi, Emma Grace. She's being good by not looking at the phone.
So,
Let me get on the phone while I drive.
Amy, fill us in on how you like Moonshiners and everything about about it that you liked?
A highlight for me, besides seeing everybody and Susan and all that, laughing till I had tears coming down my eyes, was getting to be on the trike, to actually overcome my fear of doing a tandem trike with David Wolf. That was a highlight because I was dying to see the scenery. So that was the best
Nice.
as far as moonshiners go. But the next best after that was going to West Jefferson. So we brought so much wine home. And thanks to you, you helped my wine storage load now. I'm like set for a year to year and a half now.
How's it feel to be a year older?
Nothing. When I hit my 40s, it was like the new 20s. I was excited, full of energy, but this right here is nothing. It's just like another day. So what do you want to play this in?
You got
Hello.
to fly too, right?
Just on the tandem with David, Mark would not let me fly.
Oh yeah.
But she was set up to fly, and she was already set up and was lined up. Motor was running, and she just decided it wasn't time to do it.
Yeah, it was a forward launch, and it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
I didn't give full effort to get the wing up. So, and he's like, we'll do it another day. And then after that, he decided, nope, you're not going to do it on your own.
That's right,
So I was
because I thought I was videoing you, and then somebody had said, oh, that's not Amy, that's Mark with jeans on. Because Amy doesn't wear jeans. And I'm like, oh, so I stopped the video.
Yeah, that's right. But he was determined. Didn't feel right. Oh gosh, I just walked in on his computer and you can hear that behind my phone. It's like, that was weird. So yeah, but good to see the scenery because I was really dying to see the scenery. So that was good. My house is dark, sorry.
Yeah, all right.
But let's see.
I like it.
Moonshiners. I thought there'd be more people than showed up. But I thought it ended up being a good turnout at the end of it.
Right.
And I really liked seeing when we had 25 people in the air one time. That looked really good.
Yeah.
Pretty. Okay, I'm on the show. Say hi. That's Abby Rose trying to talk to me now.
Oh,
So, what did y'all think about Moonshiners?
I loved it.
I don't know.
I'm glad we went a little early to be able to get the jitters out with dealing with the wind or I guess I should say the elevation.
Oh yeah.
Learning that only had one launch that kind of clubbed up on where the wing overshot me and I didn't have my brakes down. It seemed like I needed them down to the grass. And I got up on the next one and I was fine every other launch after that. Took me a couple days to get back up in the air after Kat had her little incident because I was kind of shaken with that. And when she told me she was fine and she was ready to go up in the sky again when she got her trike again, that's amazing. She's one strong girl. So I know that probably wouldn't have been me. So, but anyway, she texted me and she took her flight, I think was Monday, right, Kat? You there, Kat?
Sunday night. Sunday night I took, I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunday
So-
night I did the flight and felt better about it. So it worked out well.
Yeah.
I knew
Good.
what I did wrong for the accident, so I wasn't going to do that again. So I had Keith in my comms the whole time. So I was like, oh, he's like, just be calm, just do what you need to do. And he talked me through it and just stayed kind of with me. And so it was kind of like having on my handheld while I did it that time. But you know, it was nice and just flew around the fields, got to see them and, you know, a little bit down the valley and there was two
Right.
other guys up. I think Mike was up and somebody else was up.
Oh, Mike from
A little less
Colorado.
crowded. Yes.
K-Ray was up. And maybe Bob was up too.
Oh, I have some pictures. I can maybe try to do a screen share. Here's John Wayne. Okay, he's just warming up his butt fan. See what else I got here. You guys able to see those?
Yes.
Okay. This is the Cape Hatteras lighthouse that we were flying towards. So it's pretty cool. It was a pretty view. This is when we flew on Monday, the memorial at Kitty Hawk. And then we walked up and walked around the monument. And there's my view of the Atlantic Ocean. Here's part of the runway, kind of blurry because my lanyard was fluttering. First flight airport. So we took off down the number 3. And then Jim and Will ended up having the wind switch, so they had to take off the other way. Let's see what else we got. Here's Eric where he's out on the water. Here's the flying flamingo. Foot ornament, thanks to Deweese. There's the airport. Kitty Hawk. So those are some of the pictures I've got. You guys got any pictures that you guys would like to share?
Hey, I was Jade wondering, did you happen to get any pictures of the tent?
Of your tent?
Yeah, the Paris flag.
I don't know if I did or not. Deweese, did you?
I may have, but I don't know if I've got it on this computer or my other computer.
Okay.
Okay, because Mark was asking, and I only have one picture that I took with him working with customers. Eva was wanting, and he said, since you mentioned all the pictures, it made me think about that.
I might, I downloaded some of my other computer. I might have them on that.
Okay.
I'll check. I'll send them to you if I do.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody got any questions in the chat?
Night, Jade. I will see you
Hey.
someday.
You what?
See you someday. Good night.
Good night, sweetheart. It
I'll
was
see you
nice
someday.
hanging out with you. Have fun at school next week.
I will.
All right, keep in touch.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
That is
So
the
I have a
Paramotor girl.
quick question for Jade and Deweese, because Deweese just finished her training
around March and trike, and you do it all the time, make it look effortlessly, Jade. So Mark, after being privileged to fly trike by himself at Moonshiners, he looked at me, big smile. He said, "We're gonna be trike flyers, baby." And I'm like, I don't know. So what is the good advice to help me overcome this whole fear? Because like I said, I've been terrified watching people take wonky takeoffs. So I was super nervous doing the tandem with David, but I was fine. It's like when I got in the air. But my whole thing is, what is the whole trick to not have a wonky takeoff? Because you and Eric make it look effortlessly.
Eric is actually saying it's a good setup. So with the wing, just making sure that your wing is set up properly. The lines are not twisted or anything like that. And if you, just like anybody else, bring the wing up, make sure the lines are straight, and build a wall. That's one good thing that we were always taught, was building the wall with the cells. So then when you do set it up and you take off, it's gonna grab that air in the cells and the wing will come up a lot easier.
Try to take off and make sure your takeoff is smooth, and don't try to jerk it off the ground real fast.
Yep. And just practice taxiing too. That's the other thing, is just make sure. When I was first starting to learn, also I was doing, these on two wheels just because I just wanted to get off the ground. I was always, and I guess still kind of scared of, the worst part for me is getting my wing up. And then once I'm up, I'm fine, but it's just that making sure the wing is up above me, and then everything is going to be smooth as can be. But if it's off the side, you just got to steer your feet to that side and just kind of make sure you stay under it, just like you would be on doing a foot launch.
So when Louise is talking about not going too fast, so just kind of ease in on it, because is it the people who kind of, when they start going up, they're all sideways and crooked because they're trying to go too fast too soon? Or
if usually I'm no expert, but usually if the wing is off to one side and you're still going, I know the other day I watched a guy take off and he was back and forth, still so low to the ground, and I thought his front wheel was gonna touch, and that would not have been good. And just make sure that the wing is up, and if you've got enough room for the runway, just taxi it until you know that you're straight up, and just give it power and you'll lift right off. You won't do any side stuff as long as you're not doing a crosswind.
Once you get off the ground, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I did a crosswind once and the wing flipped me and I went over, and I didn't get hurt other than my hand, because of course my instructor said, whatever you do, don't grab the roll bars. What did I do? I grabbed the roll bar. So
once you get off the ground, you're going to stop that crazy switching around. You're going to become a pendulum and it's going to stop.
Yeah. It just takes a little bit of practice, Amy, and with a good instructor and just getting the timing right, you'll get it.
hopefully, I don't know, I won't put a name on it, but there's a certain male trike flyer that scares the bejeebus out of me. They keep saying, you need to do a tandem with me. I'm like, okay. Oh, there's Kat. Hey, Kat.
You need to stay foot launching with me, Amy. Come on.
I know, because
we got at least 15 more years of good foot launches before us before we need to go to trike.
I know. I'm thinking 70 before I go to trike.
We can do both.
I'm shooting, 65 or 70.
Yeah, 70 for me, because Mark made it look so effortlessly. I mean, he does everything easy. It all comes easy to him, but I'm just so mental. I don't think it's gonna be that easy for me. So
You
See,
just do what's right.
Look, you look at Eric. He does both.
Yep. Well, and see, Eric did it because he started foot launch and then he pulled a hamstring and he had a huge bruise that went down past the back of his leg, back below his knee. And so then when I was finishing up with my trike, he asked the instructor, "Hey, will you teach me the trike also?" So he got his training with that quickly also, and that's why he did that, because he figures he's getting older and like wet grass, the dew on the grass coming in for a landing. It's like I think at Moonshiners that one night or one morning he did that and he slipped, and it's like he's like, I'm taking the trike the rest of the time. So that's why he brought that along.
well, I'm with Susan. I think I'll miss foot launching. Just the thought of it, because I even told Mark at Moonshiners that when I think about doing the trike, that just the feeling of foot launching, I think I'll just end up missing it. There's just something about when I don't know how to explain it. When the foot launch, now that I've done the tandem trike, the difference of it's kind of like cheating on the trike, like Mark said.
Well, I thought I heard David say Sunday on his show that it was kind of bumpy up there for you, for even him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I told him I was definitely thankful that I, got to see the scenery and all that, and I did not get in the air on my own. That I did it with him, because it killed two birds with one stone. Experienced a trike for the first time, and it increased my bump tolerance, because it was more bumpy than I'm used to. But I didn't have a panic attack. The worst thing for me before is we were doing fine. It took forever to climb because the air, I don't know, was thinner, just so different. But it just seemed like we were at around 300, 325 feet forever before we got any more altitude. And right before we got more altitude, I remember feeling it on the right-hand side, like underneath the trike, it just kind of lifted and went down. And I told him, I said, this is why I don't like roller coasters. It was like the weirdest feeling ever, because I've never had that experience before, foot launching. But it was just like this hill of a wind. It was nerve-wracking. But then it was kind of bumpy a little bit, but not anything I couldn't handle. But that whole lifting of air underneath you and making you feel like you went up and down on a hill, I didn't like that.
Hey, Eric says all the cool kids use trikes.
You betcha.
DP said trikes are for the short bus people. I'm just saying what DP said, not me.
Wrong.
You can't have statements like that or Jim won't give us a thumbs up.
And Amy Walter says trikes are sexy.
That's right. Trikes are sexy.
Walter.
Well, I don't need a trike then, according to my husband.
Hey, you need a trike now. Come on.
Why would you have to give up the foot launch for a trike? Can't you have both?
That's right. Do both.
Yes.
Just like you don't have to give up PPG to have an airplane.
That's
Right.
right.
I can do both, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes, absolutely.
It just really comes down to personal preference. So
That's right. You can do whichever.
Fly all the things. Fly everything.
then I'll want an ultralight.
You can do that too.
I think Mark's checking our bank account right now and watching the numbers go down quickly.
Hey, the
We're up
numbers are going
to,
up.
we're at 33 right now. We started
right.
out at like 19.
That's right. They're going up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what does Krista's shirt say?
Krista, be
Will
nice.
says not to ask.
The same as Deweese's.
That's right.
Girls just want to fly. It's the name of our show, guys. Duh.
That's right.
Girls just want to fly. Girls.
And mine doesn't say that. Mine just says girls just want to fly.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah, mine says that.
Really?
Anyways, next subject.
I'm changing mine into a bird. I'm getting a magic marker.
So, we're coming up on the last couple minutes. If we want to go
Already?
in, yeah, it went quick.
Dang.
Want to join in on an after show, we can do so.
So I need to get the call out there, because some of the male pilots would really love for their wives to come to fly-ins and hang out and not stay home. Come join us, whether you fly or not.
That's right.
Spouses,
Right.
significant others, whatever. Like I was there the whole weekend. I fly, but I didn't fly there, but come hang out with us.
Yes.
The guys aren't joking. We're fun.
That's right.
And everyone's welcome. So
Yes.
And we can all learn from everybody. I mean, I learn every time that I go to these things, something new from girls or the guys. So,
Yeah,
and it's like one
yeah,
big.
I agree.
I really like how everybody, when you're talking about learning something from everyone's so helpful and they're so willing to help you learn and teach you. That's one thing I like about it.
That's really true. That's very true. And they treat everybody like family. It's all one community.
Yes.
One community.
that's the whole thing. Why, like, if you're sitting at home on the weekend while your husband's out flying at a fly-in, come along and join us.
That's right. Everybody's welcome.
Yeah. What ever happened?
Plus
Susan,
in the
do you
area,
remember about trying to get an all-female fly-in? Do you remember, Susan?
Well, so I haven't talked to Elena recently. We didn't see each other long enough to even talk about whether Hodges Field would be an option or not. The problem we're running into is that so people like Jade with the fifth wheel that don't want to drive it by themselves,
Right.
and people that may not be as crazy as some of us that do everything on our own if we have to. It's hard to get an all-female fly-in going when everyone wants to bring their spouses and their significant others. And then the boys start threatening to launch from another location and just crash the fly-in anyway. No updates, nothing's changed yet. But the idea has not been abandoned either.
Well, yeah, it's like
what rules do we set? What do we, I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that have to get worked out surrounding that idea. Because like your Leah Catullos and your Allies and these other people that would be all gung-ho, and then some people that don't have a way to transport their stuff without their man. Yeah.
We would have to help coordinate.
well, the other thing that
Or I need to help people that aren't good at backing up a trailer. I need to back the trailer up for them or whatever we need to do.
Well,
We'll
I
find
have
a way to make it happen.
Yeah, I have a camper that anyone near my area, Mark and I have successfully gotten 3 paramotors into the camper. And we
Right.
can use that to haul it and
Yeah.
take it out. So, and it won't have all the shop stuff in it like it did with Mark was at Moonshiners when he turns it to his workshop also.
Right. So we just have to decide on what are the ground rules and what does everybody want? Because what started off as this crazy percolator idea, what's it going to end up being is kind of up to all y'all. Who's
Who do we
this?
got in here? This is
Well, I think
JR.
one of the ways you can add to it, one of the things that you could add to it is just saying that if a guy's gonna come, he has to have a female pilot with him.
Right.
Yeah, that would make
Okay.
sense.
That works.
Cool. Ask Jade if I can come under her because she's a female pilot.
Unless their name is Shane, then.
I like your
Find out how to
idea,
get
though.
in because I don't fly.
I'll do the cooking.
He'll do the cooking.
Of course.
Oh, he's hired.
We need to get Krista in the air. We just need to
I
turn
like
Krista into a pilot.
I like your criteria of guys coming to have to be underneath a female pilot.
Yeah.
That'll keep the ratios even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing after Susan had said before about I don't fly, we all know that. But there's lots of other wives that she'd said before that we want to welcome in. And DP, double DP, Denise is always there for Dave. And I want to give a shout out to her
Yeah.
because, you know, she supports her man. So,
Yay.
And she's awesome too.
Yeah.
yeah, so sweet.
I just know, like, talking to some guys, I'm like, where's your wife? What's she doing? And they're just like, she won't come, but maybe if you reach out to her and ask her and invite her, she'll feel more welcomed. It's not just coming from them. They just need to know what they're missing out on.
Well,
Like, oh my God, like just the West Jefferson day trip. I've not had that much fun in the last 18 months, you know, like to be out on the town during, you know, this whole freaking pandemic thing. It was just so much fun. And it was like making friends with people that I didn't know. And there's the whole aviation community and family is such a real thing. And we need more people to feel welcome.
Hey, I want to just interrupt for 1 second. I've got a wannabe, soon to be pilot, Cadence, on here. This is JR Paramotor's daughter. Hey, Cadence, you want to say hi? I think you're still on mute. I can't hear you. There, try it again.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good.
So tell us about your experience in flying. I know you've had a little bit of experience this last year.
Yeah, I went on a tandem with Matt Minion at Bad Apples.
Yeah. And what else? You did some airplane stuff too, didn't you? Your dad took you up with somebody?
Yeah.
And he was saying that you might want to become a pilot someday?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? That's pretty cool. What did you think of going up on a tandem with Matt?
It was just cold.
It was cold up there? Yeah. So she came down to Bad Apples with her dad and her puppies, and she got to go up on a tandem with Matt, and right before my stepdaughter Savannah did. You guys did little wing overs too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I am gonna end the live feed. But first, I guess, thank you everybody for joining and watching the show tonight. And if you're watching it later, I thank you for taking the time to watch Girls Just Want to Fly. And you can check us out on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Central. And we'll have different gals on each week, and might have these girls back on at times also, as they're my friends. And you can check out paramotorgirl.com, or you go to my channel from Flying Flamingo Jade. Susan, where can we find you?
Instagram, One Wheel Grandma.
Okay. And Deweese, what about you? Are you on any social media?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube under Deweese Milstead. Also Instagram under Deweese Milstead and Facebook Deweese Milstead.
All right, we're gonna keep track of you on your updated, getting updated on your training and getting up in your trike.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Cupcake Krista, you on social media at all?
I am on Facebook, Krista Smith Robbins, and I just accepted Deweese's friend request earlier.
All right. And who is your
That's
other
it.
half?
Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane on YouTube, or some PPG something I don't know. PPG Shane?
I think that's
I
it.
think that's it.
And Cat Girl, are you on social media?
No, not all that much. I use my husband's Facebook page, and I'm Cat Girl on the YouTube channel. So that's about it. You know, if you go through one of you guys, you can always get a message to me, but
Get a hold of Keith.
somebody will know how to get a hold of me.
And Amy, are you on
And
any
he's at
social
Keith
media?
Gray.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keith Gray, yep.
On YouTube, it's theparachick.com, and I need to update that, guys. And Facebook, Amy George. And should I shamelessly plug the other website or no?
Yes.
If you need anything paramotor related, go to paraswagusa.com. I'd really appreciate that. That's a shameless plug, but to help support the female community of PPG, Paramotor Fly Girls group. Isn't that right, Susan? It's the Paramotor Fly Girls on Facebook. Okay, yeah, just to make sure I said it right. So
All right.
get on there and say hey to everybody and introduce yourself if you haven't done so already.
Yes.
Right. And Cadence, are you on social media at all? Are you on Facebook?
No.
What about your business? You and your dad have a business?
Yeah, but he sold his machine.
Oh, he did?
Mhm.
Oh, bummer. All right. All right. Well, and you can get a hold of her dad otherwise at JR Paramotor. So I'm going to just do an exit here. And I thank you ladies for all joining with me tonight. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want to stick around for the after, we've got a bunch of people joining in, okay? So just bear with me.